Hello everyone and welcome to the video. In this video we will be assembling the card shuffler. I have all the parts printed and laid out here for us. For hardware we have some 2.6 by 8mm self-tapping screws, some MR128 bearings, and some O-rings. These are 24 by 2.5. The only tool we really need is appropriate sized hex wrench. In this case we have a 2mm hex wrench. I also have my electric screwdriver here to make the process go a little faster. Alright, so we'll start with doing the card trays. There's one done. Alright, now that we have those finished, we'll assemble the main body. Alright, now we have at least the main part here. One thing to make sure to note, and I forgot to note, is the flat part on the back of the main body. We want to make sure that goes onto the back here. On the top, this flat part is going to be going towards the front, so they complement each other. So we'll screw that into place. Alright, that's the main body. Now we're going to attach these pieces. Pretty simple, just slot them in. And then there's these two little outer screws on either side. We're just going to put our screw in there. Nice. All right. Set that aside for a second. We got the paddles here. We're going to put the O-rings on, so. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is hold the paddle up in there while we push this through. And there is a flat side on it, so we're going to have to line that with the paddle. Great. Also note there's a front side to this. We want the front side with the exposed, I don't know what you'd call that, gear looking or wheel looking detail. Alright, on the front, I'm going to insert a couple of bearings here. Then we're also going to secure these front ones in place using one of these little washers here, so that'll help keep all that secure. We also got to put a screw in there. We'll put that in a second here. Oops. so I don't know if I showed that well enough, but the hole's there, and this secures this to the paddle, the drum to the main axle, rather. All right, so on the back, we're going to put another set of bearings in place. Push those in. And we have two other slots here for bearings we want to fill. Awesome. We also have these little spacers here we're going to put in. This helps keep everything seated. Oops. Because we want to try to minimize this drum from being able to move back and forth. And then we have our gears here. Important to know with these gears when we put them on, there's these I don't know how well you can see that. You can see the direction of the gear there. Essentially makes an arrow for us pointing the way we want it to turn to shuffle the wheels. We want it to be pointing inwards as we put these gears on. So put that one on, put the other one on the other side, and then we'll secure these in place. Now comes the fun part. We got to start putting the other gears in, which can be a little more tricky because we got to shove them in a little. So for this little gear down here, we have a little peg here that we're gonna stick into the back. And we're just gonna shove it in there. For this main gear, you can print 3 options of these, and I did 3 options. You can have different tolerances. This one's number 1, so this is the tightest tolerance. So the tolerances might change based on your filament and other settings, and that's why I did the different tightness variations. So you can do something that works best for you, but pick the tightest one you can get. In my case, it was 1, the tightest. So we'll, sorry about that. And then you just gotta push it in. There we go. Oops. I'm gonna pop that out real quick though. We forgot one important step here, which was to I forgot to align our paddles. So there's a flat side, and we want the flat side on top on one side and on the bottom on the other side. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but just enough to get them kind of there. And we're going to try it again, popping this gear in. Here we go. Right, and we'll set this aside real quick. We're going to assemble the handle. So our last bearing that we're going to be using on this, well actually I guess we have one in there too. Okay. Now it's the last one. This is the other part that has a tolerance setting. You can see I'm using 1 here. So again, tightest tolerance. But yeah, we'll put the little peg through there. And then we got our top handle, or yeah. And when you're screwing together, make sure the little cutout is facing outwards. So, won't put that on yet. I'm gonna put our back panel here on real quick. All right, and then we're going to put the handle on. We have another one of these little washers we'll put on there to help secure it in place. There we go. There's the main shuffler. We have a couple of last parts here to do, which is the weights and the card tray. We'll do the card tray here first. So we'll put a screw in behind there. Right. I'll spare you from having to watch me struggle with that last one. Thank you everyone for taking this journey with me. This is my first time doing an assembly video, so sorry I'm a little fumbly here, but we got it together. We got it mostly together, but we got the most important parts together, and hopefully that was a help to everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.